Rachel. I would like to start our session with an acknowledgement of country and acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of all the lands on which we are meeting from today, and indeed walk upon today and every day of our lives, and to pay my respect to elders past and present, and acknowledge the first custodians of the country, their continuing connection to land, waters and community. And also I'd like to acknowledge any First Nations people who might be joining us on today's meeting. So I will now hand over to Jordan and Rachel to get us started.
All right. Thank you. Now I'm just going to share my screens. Just give me a sec. So select that one there. Now, can we see the walking website there?
Yep.
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 Great. All right. So what I'll start with first is logging into the dashboard and recording attendance. So first we click on this login button up in the top corner here, which will take you to our login screen here. Just going to enter our Walk Organiser user here. At this screen as well, I'll just point out that we have a lost password feature. So if at any point you ever forget your password, you're able to select this option here, which will take you to a screen. Oh, that's hiding behind. Hold on. We'll take you to this screen here, where you can just enter your registered email and submit, and that will send you a reset password email through there. You can also just contact us at the walking inbox and we can assist you resetting your password if you ever forget it. All right, I'll go back to the login screen here. In.
You, Rachel, again.
Oh.
Doing that to me the other day.
I know. Bear with us. Just going to log back out. Sorry, everyone. That's logged me into the wrong user by mistake. All right. Walk Organiser. Log in. Alrighty. So this is the screen that you'll see when you log into the dashboard. So you've got your different groups that you're connected to here, as well as these navigational options on the left-hand side here, which will take you to different sections of the dashboard. So to record attendance, we just select this option here, record attendance. So to record attendance, you'll just select which group you'd like to record here. So we're going to do it for the mud bath walking group. And it'll take you to this screen here. From here, you can create a new monthly attendance log, or you can also print out a manual attendance sheet for the month here. Sorry, a bit quick. So if you have a printer at home, you are able to print out the month ahead like this. So if you have multiple walk organisers or different walkers that log attendance through the month, this is a great way to keep track of attendance as well. So once you've finished a month, you'll select create new monthly attendance log here and create the month that you're looking for. So I'll do May as a demonstration for this example. And then you can just highlight the different walkers' walks here, like so. And select save to record that month. So the main reason that we want to keep our attendance logs updated is so if you have anyone that's a part of our walkers recognition scheme, that all of their milestone achievements are kept up to date. So they receive through our mail out different certificates, milestone badges, vouchers for our online merch store. And as you get a little bit higher up as well, we've got some shirts for our 1,000 plus milestones. Any questions on that section there? Can't see the screen, so let me know if there is. Yep, Philip.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Oh, okay. So look, just on that attendance sheet, I use it each after each walk, which is 4 walks a month. That save button, sometimes I forget it. It's right at the very bottom. And if there's a long list of names, like some hundreds of names, then I might only get halfway down and I've sort of ticked off everybody that's present. And then I forget to hit the save button. And I have to go all the, I realize that, well, no, sometimes I don't even realize that I haven't hit it. Is there some way in which the programmers could, if it knows that the list has been changed, that there's a reminder that you've got to say, asks, do you want to save it or not?
Yeah, I'll make a note of that to pass on to Davina. So before you leave the screen, maybe something could pop up that says, would you like to save, or something like that. I think that would be a good feature, especially for those larger groups that we have, which I think yours is, Philip, from memory. But yeah, it's a good idea. I'll just point out as well in this section here, if you can go back and edit logs, just by selecting that view log option and then save again. So if you have forgotten, you can go back into that log by selecting that view log option and resubmitting again that way. But yeah, a good idea. Oh, I'll pass over to Jordan.
All right, my turn now. How do I get back to that screen that we're sharing? This one?
Let's go back to
Down here. There you go.
yeah.
So everyone, there's bound to be something technically that I got wrong. All right, we're back on the screen now. Everyone can see that. Hopefully, I can't see you nodding, but Tara, just jump in if there's any problems.
All looks good.
So, sorry?
I said all looks good.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. So I'm going to editing your own details. So this is the original screen you'll see once you've logged in. And this one can be a little bit tricky. So it's not one of those buttons on the left. If you want to change or update your details, a new address or a new phone number, you need to find, it's a quite small icon up on the top right. And once you're hovering over that, there's edit profile or log out. So to change your details, just click on edit profile, and you can see you can change pretty much everything there. If you've got a new email, phone number, address, let me just scroll down. You can also join the Walkers Recognition Scheme if you originally ticked no for that, or vice versa. You can tick no if you started with yes. So if you want to put yourself in that, you just also need to enter your address so we know where to send the certificates and pins. So that's how you update your own. You can see everything there, all the options of what you can change. You can take yourself out of the program as well, and just hit save to save any changes. So people in your group can do the same thing. If you can sort of lead them to log themselves in through the way Rachel showed earlier, they'll have the same thing, little icon up in the top right, and edit profile to change any of their own details. Now, removing walkers from your group is another thing that comes up a bit. So I'll just go back to the original screen you see. So that's when you first log in. There's a couple of ways that you can remove walkers from your group. The first one I wanted to do was going to manage walkers. So they're both over here in that list of red buttons. So the first way you can do it is click on manage walkers. And that gives you, if you're in 2 or 3 groups, it just gives you a list of everyone. So this doesn't sort people out into their groups. It just gives you everyone that is in the groups that you're walk organizer for. And I'll just click my sort of fake account there. So that's me. If you want to remove them, you click on edit, find their name, click edit. So this is where you can change some details for them as well. You can't change as many details as they can change for themselves, but you can update some things, and you can put people into the walkers recognition scheme if they've asked you to do that and you've got their address. But for removing them, you can see down here, so I'm in the Mudbath walking group. I'll just move over here and click remove. I won't do it, so we can just keep this test going, but you just click that and save, and then that person will be out of your group. Oh, and the other way to do it, sorry, there's two ways. The other way to do it is go into manage group. So this, instead of giving you a long list of everyone that's in all the groups you're in, this does sort it by group for you. So you might find it easier that way, but it's the same thing. So you find the Mudbath walking group, which is our pretend group. Go over here and click on participants. And then you'll be able to find me again, test Jordan, and I'll just click remove from group, and that would take me straight out of that group. I think that's all. I think I'm going to go back to Rachel now. I'll go back to our, unless there's any questions. Yeah, Tara, if you can let us.
Yeah, I do have one from Philip asking if it's possible for a walk organizer to change the walker profile of the group walkers. So I imagine, Philip, you can give me a nod if you like. You just mean changing their personal details on the website?
No.
Oh, sorry, got that wrong.
So can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, Jordan, you just answered my question really. It was to indicate whether they wanted to join the recognition list or not, and you told what I can do that under the manage groups.
You can.
That's
yes.
right.
Yeah. Yep. I'll go quickly again. I think you could do it under manage walkers as well, but let's go manage group. Yeah. So say I'll go back to my my test Jordan thing. So if you click on participants, it'll give you a list of everyone in the Mudbath walking group.
Right.
And then instead of removing me from the group, if I've asked you to join me to the walkers recognition scheme, you click edit.
Yep.
And I'm hoping this is going to all work. Yeah. So then as long as you've got my address, you just tick yes for walkers recognition scheme and fill in the address there.
And then save at the bottom.
Save at the bottom.
There's a special
All the way
save.
down there. Fill in anything, but yeah.
Just
you can join.
Many of the participants said no, they did not want to be recognised initially, but then they've discovered that they're off the list, and other walkers are getting prizes, and they're saying, "Why have I missed out?"
Yes, that's right.
Change of heart.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. And just while we're on that as well, sorry, Tara. If you do, so say if your walk count is 201 and you've never been in the scheme, and then you tick yes, the next time we do that mail out, you'll get all of them. So you'll get 200, 150, all the backdated certificates and everything. So they'll all come at once.
Wow.
I know, Christmas all at once. And I see a hand up from John, and then there's also a question coming through the chat before we move on. So John, I'll hand over to you if you'd like to ask your question still, and just take yourself off mute when you're ready to do so. Actually, I suppose I could.
Sorry, you there, John?
No, maybe I'll give John a bit of time, maybe to get that sorted out. There's a question in the chat, and then Diana's also got her hand up. So the chat question is, can we reactivate walkers? So we've been through that. You can remove walkers through the profile. Can you reactivate them?
I think that's only us.
Yeah, that's an administration, like a customer service team task. So if there is someone that has deactivated from the program, you would just have to reach back out with us at the walking inbox, and we can reactivate that user and add them back into your group for you.
Yeah, so they can be reactivated. No one ever gets fully deleted off the system, so people can always be found. But yeah, I think once you've removed them, if you want them back, just send us an email. We can do that for you. It doesn't let you do it for whatever reason.
Fantastic. Diana, you had your hand up, and I noted that you asked that question in the chat. Was that hand up for that question? If not, feel free to ask something else.
Just firstly, because I'm unable to get the video, can people actually hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, and secondly, yes, that was me asking the question, and thanks, Rachel, Jordan and Tara. I understand that, yeah, only the Heart Foundation can do it. Just to let you all know, I had a Davina, your digital delivery specialist.
Yep.
She's contacting key walk organisers, and I put
Yes.
that question to her, and maybe as part of the website upgrade, she said it is possible that you can give the organisers access to reactivate people, but obviously you guys internally will have to decide whether you want to do that or not. That's all.
Thank you. John, I'll just hand back to you in case you're still wanting to chat or ask a question. I'll give you 5 seconds, and if not, I'll put the hand down for you. Okay, I'll presume a bit of a technical glitch at that end. Feel free to use the typing chat, yeah, if you do have a burning question. Over to you again, Jordan and Rachel.
Yeah, sure. So the next features that I thought I would run you through is some features that we added recently this year, which is our group biopic and group description. So I thought I'd show you a couple of good examples that I've seen online recently of these features being utilised. So the first one here, this page here is your public page. So when people are searching on our website and they've searched your postcode and found your walk, this is what they'll come to. So this is a group in South Australia called the Burnside Walkers. They've added in a personalised picture of all their walkers here, as well as described a little bit of information specific to their walk. So this group here changes week to week, different routes, and they go to a cafe after for a coffee. So that's a great way to utilise the description and just provide a bit more information to potential new walkers about your walk here. And then I'll show you another example as well of a walk organiser, Adele, who is an exercise physiologist, but she's just added a picture of herself here of what she looks like in front of her clinic, and just provided a bit more information about her walk here, about where they walk, and that it's an easy-paced style. So if you'd like to make those changes to your group and add in a picture and a description, what we need to do is head into Manage Group, this option here on the left-hand side. And then we just select under Actions, Edit. And then from here, we've got these different options here. So for the group description here, you've got 200 characters, which is about the equivalent of short text message. So you could say something like coffee after our walks, paused over winter months is another way that you could utilise this section, which some groups do, if I could spell winter right. And then to save that option, all you need to do is go down to the bottom of the page and select Submit. I'll show you as well, just underneath the group bio, we have the option to add the profile image, which is just here. So to do that, you'll need to have an image pre-saved somewhere on your computer that you'd like to use, and go Select Image. And then find the image on through your files. Select the image there, select Open. There we are, nice sunny group having a walk. And then to save that again, we'll just scroll down to the bottom and select Submit to save those changes. Just note as well, it can take a few hours for things to go live on your public page. So if it hasn't updated straight away, don't be alarmed. It should update within a few hours. And if you run into any issues or trouble updating your profile pic and description, just get in touch with us at the Walking inbox and we can assist you in making those changes as well. Any questions on that section? Yeah,
So,
Philip?
so that submit button is at the bottom again. And
Yeah.
so I'm just so used to having things automatically saved for me or a reminder being put up. So look, if you can do it relatively easily, it would be wonderful if you could have a button saying, do you really want to leave this page? Do you want to save the changes?
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm going to talk to Davina about that. I think that would be really helpful. Any other questions before I pass over to Jordan?
All right, I'll get into the, can you just give me back on
Yeah.
that other screen because you're quicker at that than I am. So I'm just going to take you through the resources now. And there's quite a few, so sort of bear with me. I'll make my way through them. So to get to them, this is again the original page that you log into, and just on the left-hand side of the red buttons, the last one is resources. So we'll just have a quick look what's available. So there's a few sections here. I'll go into documents and forms first. The top two are probably the most likely ones that you're going to use. So documents and forms being one of them. So these are the first two things here are the handbooks for the walk organizer or the local coordinator, which you should have seen when you first became a walk organizer, but you know, these things are sort of easily lost. It might just be living as a PDF on your computer. So you can come back here to download those or print them off as well if you like. So that walk organizer handbook, if you're not familiar with it, I'll just open it quickly. We won't go through the whole thing because it's very long, but it's really got everything you need in there. And it's got all the instructions on how to use the dashboard as well. So if you're ever wondering about anything, you can always ask us, of course, but that handbook has just about everything that you should need in it, and same for local coordinators. We've got all our registration forms there if people want to register on paper rather than online. Online's easiest because it just all goes straight through, but if you want to print out any of these for people to fill out, then either you can add them or you can send them to us to add, or people can post them into us. We'll add them. So there's just the general walk organizer or local coordinator registration form. We have some contact cards and name tags here that you can print out if you're looking to make up your own name tags for your group. I don't think I'll open those because I think it wants to download once you press it. I'll just check. I think that's taking a sec, but it's a name, group name, and a contact and things like that if you're wanting to make up your own name tags for the group. These flyers here, so these are our general flyers that we have for the program. These are the type of things that we would take out to expos and things like that. I'll just click on one and see if it wants to show. Yeah, that's our just general for people wanting to join a walking group, the flyer we would give them, or they might want to download a personal walking plan as well. That's the sort of basic info and the QR code. There's some flyers to become a walk organizer. We've got, this is quite a new one for health professionals that we give to them. We're trying to get people to get referred into walking, and then a couple of posters there to try to attract Indigenous people into the program. There are some translated forms here. I think these are pretty out of date though. I'll click on them anyway. If you are dealing with someone who has English as a second language, you might find something a little bit helpful in here, but you're also definitely going to find some things that are out of date. I think with these flyers, they've got some phone numbers, websites that are a little bit out of date, so I wouldn't rely on these for anything too much. But you never know, if you are speaking with someone who's got English as a second language, you might find something a little bit helpful there. Where am I? Sorry, clicking between lots of different windows. Sorry, back to documents and forms. Translated. Oh, the walkability checklist. That's something that that can be really handy, especially if you're maybe making a new walking route for a group that you're already in, or you might be starting a new group that has a new route. You might know someone who's starting up a new group, and this just helps you. I'll click on it quickly. Again, it's a pretty big document. We won't look through the whole thing, but it sort of prompts you to think about the walker friendliness, the safety, lighting, and things like that you come across on a walking group, and then it prompts you to sort of have a score at the end of it. So this is it's a handy tool if you're coming up with a new places to walk. Gives you an idea of how sort of walkable it is. You can also share these results with us and our Healthy Active by Design team, they're called. They take all these and they advocate to councils and government when new things are being built and designed. So that's a handy resource if you're starting a new walking route. Sorry, I'm clicking in and out more than I wanted to, but so we had the walkability checklist. There's some templates for certificates here. That's if you've got, someone in your group you're wanting to congratulate for something. They might have hit a milestone. I mean, we do send out our Walker Recognition Scheme things, but you might have your own little things that you've done. So you can download those and edit them. You can put in the people's name and what they've achieved and things like that. It's got our logo on it. It's just a way to make them look sort of nice. Strength and stretching exercise posters. They've come more from our personal walking plan program, but they are really handy. Again, I'll see I'm clicking in and out of a million things, but yeah, they just give you some really simple basic stretches and some good instructions. So you can print those out or you can just access them online to see those. There's also a strength card. So strength training is a really good addition to walking, the cardio sort of workout you get. And these are all really basic, simple. You don't need any equipment. You can do them at home. So if you're looking to sort of add strength training to your walking, they're a handy resource. Print versions of online training, I think that's another thing that's a little bit out of date, but if you ever wanted any of the handbooks or anything printed off, you can get in touch with us at our general walking at heartfoundation.org.au address. If you have a relationship with your local coordinator, they might do some printing for you as well. But yeah, we're happy to print things and send them out to you if needed. What's the next? Marketing, advertising. This is the other section that you'd probably use the most. So we have a few flyers at the top here that you can edit yourself. So rather than just being the generic flyers and pamphlets for the walking program, these are ones that you can edit and put your own group details in. If you're looking to grow your groups, get more members, you can stick them up around cafes and libraries and anywhere else. We're also happy to edit these for you and help you out with it. But yeah, these are a good resource if you're trying to grow your group. And I won't click on all of them. They're all roughly the same, just with different pictures at the top. That's a flyer for recruiting walk organisers. That's more for a local coordinator to use if they're trying to get a new group going and they need a volunteer to lead it. Social media, I'll click on these quickly. Again, if you're trying to promote your own group amongst your own networks, there are a bunch of images here. And some of them are really good. So you can download these, and I think this one was a good one. Download these and post them on your own Facebook if you're wanting to advertise your group out. There's also down the bottom, so there's quite a few images you can download, and then there's some sort of key messages if you want some help putting a little blurb underneath the picture. There's a few things you can copy and paste there to advertise your group. A style guide, if you're wanting to make your own flyers up for any reason, that's fine. You can just get in touch with us at that Walking at Heart Foundation email address. We can just help make sure it's got all the up-to-date logos on it and things like that. We can help you out if you're wanting to make your own flyer for your group or for an event you're doing. This again is something that's a little bit old. The event guide even though it does say 2018. It is still pretty useful if you are putting on, you're going to do a Christmas event for your walking group or some sort of milestone party. It just gives you some prompts, things to think about when planning an event, and things that we might be able to help you with. So if you are thinking of doing that, that's something you can check out. And then there was one more thing underneath that. Oh, the heart health, that's an old, I won't even click that. It's sort of an outdated link. That doesn't really take you to a heart healthy catering. That's another thing we'll have to work on in the update. And there's just, sorry if you're getting sick of my voice, there's just a couple of more sections, I think. Merchandise, again, I won't click it because I'm clicking too many things, but that just takes you to our online shop, which is always being, updated. New items get added to it. So if you're looking for some Heart Foundation merchandise, that'll take you to the shop. And I will click on this one quickly. This takes you to an order form where you can order shirts that you can get personalized with your own group's name on it. So we have sort of tried to get the word out about this, but you might not have seen. So there's a bunch of different options, t-shirts, polos, different colors, and you can get your group name put on them. So this goes through our shirt supplier top line. This doesn't really go through us, but you've got everything you need here. This is the order form. You need to order 5 at least. So if you want to get together with some people in your group, the more you order, the cheaper it becomes. But yeah, you can just see there, and there's lots of options, colors, and you can do polo tops. And we're almost at the end. What was down here? Oh, frequently asked questions. That's all right. I did mention before as well with the social media resources. Maybe I'll just try and find those. Hang on. There is a link at the bottom of that page in the social media. Sorry, trying to click on less things, but not quite succeeding with that. No, sorry, I won't click on too many things, but there's a link to our Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook, we have a Heart Foundation walking group, which is a really great group. People post pictures of their walks and give each other, tips and tricks and things like that. So if you're looking for that, you can. Yes, we'll maybe show that later. So
share that in an email after.
Clicking in and out of a million different things. Ongoing education, I'll just go on that quickly. This has got some old webinars that we've done in the past. So this one will probably go up there hopefully and be added to the list, but there's a few things there: walking and nutrition, mindfulness and walking, and then the walkability like we were talking about before. So there's a few old webinars you can click on and look through there. I think that was all for these. Sorry, just let me through. That's all the resources there, Rachel. Sorry.
Any questions on that section?
Yep, that is it. Thank you.
I have one in the chat from Charisse, I think. And the question is, who is the contact person if I would like to request an edit for the poster or professionally printed flyers? So I would say the best person is probably your state or territory-based program officer to help out with that. And if you're not sure who that is, maybe go through the walking inbox and Jordan and Rachel can direct you onto that person. Something that's actually not on that resource window I just noticed is we do have a flyer that we can actually put your own group picture up on and the group details. So it's a highly customized flyer. We did have it, I think, for a very short time where you'd be able to download and edit it yourself, but it wasn't the most user-friendly resource. So again, it's something that you're best to contact your program officer to do for you, and they're also generally really happy to print out a little batch of them and post them out to you as well, so that you can distribute them around your community. So in the meantime, I might just take a little screenshot of what that resource looks like and pop it up online, so it's a bit of a reminder that you have that as a resource you can access.
We'll put, when Rachel will send an email out after this with a whole bunch of links and things, and we'll put all the state program officers' contact details in that as well, just in case you don't have it.
Great. Thank you.
I just thought I'd run through as well. There's a few different things that pop up in the inbox quite a bit for different groups. One of them is adding in a previously registered walker into your group. So sometimes if you have a walker that's walked with the Heart Foundation before, has stopped and restarted as a new walker in your group, they might hand you a registration form with their email. But when you go to enter it online, it says this user already exists and you can't save their details into your group. So when that happens, it's best just to make contact with us at the walking inbox with their email, full name, or a scan of their registration form, and we can enter them into your walking group for you. We don't have the functionality at the moment to add existing walkers into a new group, but hopefully with the new website, we can get that updated so it's a bit more user-friendly for groups. Has anyone run into that error before entering a walker? Oh, that's good. Cool. Well, if it happens, yeah, just contact us at Walking. The other one that I thought I'd mention is our changing from a walker to a walk organiser. So if you have a walker that would like to assist your group with some of the administration or leading your walks, it's best for them to get in contact with us again via the walking inbox or through their program officer. Just so we can assist them, run them through what's required, the different background checks, and assist them just during that transition period. So yeah, making contact at the walking inbox is the best option there. Thirdly, another thing you'll contact the walking inbox for is incident reporting. So if there is ever an incident or an accident on one of your walks, if you could please make contact with us and notify us within 24 hours, ideally, of the incident, either via the walking inbox, directly with your program officer in your state, or via the 13 11 12 hotline. That would be great, just so we can gather the details that we need of the incident. John, did you have a question there? Oh, sorry, just on mute. Can we unmute John? Tara, are you able to unmute John?
I don't think I can. Unfortunately.
Sorry, John. There's just that little microphone icon in the top right-hand side. If you click on it, how do we get there? Oh, people, hold on. Hold on.
No, you can't unmute.
Can't
No,
unmute.
I can't unmute.
Yeah, John.
Sorry, John.
Might have to go by email.
Yeah, if you email or type into the chat, we can reply that way. Any other questions on that front? Cool. I'll just mention as well, in relation to the website, we're making those changes and updating our website hopefully later this year and into 2025. We will be having some workshops and testing opportunities, and would love some of our walk organisers to be involved in that process when testing the new website. If that's something that you would be interested in, I'll share some more information in a link in the email following this meeting. So if that's something that interests you, would love to have you involved too. Cool.
So
that's me.
Finished. All right. I'll just touch on this quickly because I can see we've hit our 45 minutes. And the last thing we were going to talk about was like group dynamics. If you're having problems with people getting along in your group, the basic advice on this is to get in touch with your state program officer. Like we said, we'll share those details out, or you can always email the Walking at Heart Foundation. So yeah, I think that the sort of everything is always a case-by-case basis when groups are having difficulties, sort of with personal difficulties within the group. But I think sort of in general, we would say, you know, we can ask people not to come. We can sort of ban people. We'd rather avoid that. That's sort of like a last resort. We do have legal advice that we can get within the Heart Foundation as well, which is a handy resource. But again, hopefully we never really have to get any, high-level legal advice about the group. So yeah, get in touch with us if you're having any issues, and we'll hopefully sort it out case by case. I think that was all. I think we're going back for you, Tara, to sort of close
any
off.
wrapping up
Yeah,
questions or other
Q&A.
things you'd like to discuss?
Yeah, if you'd like to use the raise hand button, if you've got any questions you'd like before we head off. Another question here regarding professionally printed resources. Are we charged for those requests? Typically, the program officers have a bit of stock in each of the offices. So if you're after some of the sort of more generic resources that we offer, program officers might be able to help with a little quantity of those. If it's really large quantities, it's a bit of a case-by-case kind of scenario. So it's best to just sort of reach out and ask the question on what you're wanting and perhaps what sort of activities. And that can also, they can work with you to explore other options as well, or additional options in getting the word out for your group. And thank you. That was just a little thank you there from Diana. So Charisse, I hope that sort of answers your question there. Okay, give a little thumbs up if you like. Thank you. I'll just have some closing remarks now, but feel free to keep typing into the chat or pop your hand up if something else comes to mind. But Jordan and Rachel will follow up today with an email with some links, which Rachel mentioned a bit earlier. There'll be a recording of this session that you'll be able to watch, and feel free to share with any fellow walk organisers you're connected with if they weren't able to attend. And within that follow-up email, there'll be a link to a survey that just a really short 4-question survey just to see if this session was useful for you, and also to provide you with an opportunity to let us know other types of topics and themes that you'd like to have us chat to you about in relation to Heart Foundation walking as well. If there are no other questions or comments, again, feel free to email the inbox if something comes to mind a little bit later. But other than that, we are all free to go and enjoy the rest of our Fridays.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Have a great afternoon.
Everyone.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Mm.